Hey y'all, what's up? This is Jesse Both, aka J-Bone, and we're here for another wind guide tutorial, and this time it's for the Royal Open Tournament, which is starting today. The qualifying will run today, Tuesday, and Wednesday, so if you fail either today or tomorrow, you still have a chance Wednesday, but that will be your last chance to qualify. Thursday and Friday will be your opening rounds, and if you finish in the top 50% in that round, then you move on to the weekend round, and hopefully there you will have a great round and get you at least the top 10, maybe even one of those top 3 banners. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through the holes one by one. We're going to talk about the different winds and the directions for each of the shots that you may be encountering during your round today. As always, make sure to check us out on Facebook. Just go to that search bar and type in Golf Clash, the 19th hole. It is our community page. We have a lot of good people there that are willing to answer questions. This is a great place for beginners or even people who play the game that just like to chat about Golf Clash in a good family atmosphere. We encourage everybody to be positive, and we are not the type of community that looks for drama. Anyway, so if you're interested in something like that, please make sure to check us out on Facebook. Make sure to hit that sub button for me. And if you know someone that's looking for a little bit extra help, that needs help in the game, make sure to mention my name if you find my videos useful. If not, make sure to leave me a comment. Let me know what you think I need to change. A little constructive criticism never hurt anybody. That's what I say. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started. As you see, we've got the Royal Open Tournament. It's the Greenock Point course. Some people don't like it. Some people do like it. I personally like it. I think it's a little bit more challenging, but I think the scores are still going to be pretty good. I'm thinking minus 20, 27, minus 28 to really compete for those banners. Minus 29 or so, you really probably have sewn yourself up a top 3 banner at least in the rookie. And a lot of that does depend on the division you're playing in too. If you're playing in you're an expert league and you're playing in the rookie, you will be playing with other expert league players. If you are in one of the rookie 1, 2, or 3s, you're going to be playing with other rookies in those leagues as well. So keep that in mind while you're playing. You are playing against people in your divisions. So hole number 1, this is a par 3. The only shot we really have to talk about here is off the tee box. Okay, and it's a tailwind, and about the 1 o'clock hour, and it's going to be around 3.8 miles per hour, somewhere in there. The 2 ways you can play this hole that I suggest for the rookie is either the skip shot right here. You might use your Viper or a sniper, or your right-sided curl shot, which you're going to be landing about this area with some backspin, left spin, and left curl. You definitely want to add some left curl to counteract that left to right tailwind. So that's hole number 1. Moving right along to hole number 2. I'm on my lunch break, so we're going to try to make this short and sweet so I can get this out. Hole number 2, off of the tee box, we're going to see a left to right tailwind once again, anywhere from 4.2 to maybe 5.5 miles per hour, and that will depend on the type of ball you use. I would suggest using probably a Titan ball at least, especially if you're going to go for this shot over here. To try to jump that shot, you're going to need at least 4, 5 backspin. Extra mile 5 will work. I know it'll work because I used it and it worked. If you want to try to go to the left side, you're going to be bouncing about here, trying to end up in this zone right here. If you do go over here, you will have a wind that is blowing, once again, left to right tailwind, maybe about the 1:30 hour, and that's about 3.5 miles per hour. So you either have the chance to go here, hop, land about in this rough right there, and roll to the green, or you're going to go this way, hop, and roll to that area of the fairway. There is one other shot you can take from this hole. If you land over here, you can skip it over these bunkers, land it about right there, and roll it to the green. I've seen that done. I do have a video on my YouTube channel that does show how to play that shot. And with this left to right tailwind, it does play into that shot. You'll pretty much be aiming your ball in this zone, and landing it up here, okay, with the wind. So it's a little bit more of a difficult shot. I would either go with the right shot or the left safe layup shot. Those would be the two that I would suggest using. So next hole, hole number 3. And this is a par 5. Off the tee box, we're going to have winds that are going to be blowing pretty much straight tailwinds, about 3.6 miles per hour. That was with a basic ball. My landing zone was right about in there. Another straight tailwind from that spot, and it was right around 3.6 miles per hour again. I went with the rough bump right about there. You don't need a whole lot of topspin. I used the Sniper or the Viper. You can use the Guardian. If you want to use the Guardian and you have enough backspin, you can go straight to the green with full backspin with a possibility of the eagle with that. I think the greater chances of the eagle are going to come with the bump shot. But you got to make that choice. Which of those shots play best into your game, and you got to make that decision. So we're going to move on to our next hole. I told you we were going to do this quickly. Hole number 4. This is a par 5. Off the tee box. Uh-oh, let's see. Messed it up now. Off the tee box, we're looking at another pretty much straight tailwind. About 4.3 miles per hour, and I would say this is more like a slight left to right, very slight. Oops, wrong hole. There we go. Slight left to right tailwind. Okay, 4.3 miles per hour, and what you want to do here is land it in about this zone, hop it over, roll it to there. If you don't feel comfortable with that shot, you can always land it here, roll it to there, but make sure you do have a decent wood to make that shot from here over to the green, using about 1 bar topspin on that shot, no more than that. What you want to do is land it right on the fairway and then try to roll it onto the green from there. So that is what we got. From this zone right here, we're going to be looking at winds, it's a right to left tailwind, maybe about the 11:30 hour, and it's about a 4 miles an hour wind on that second shot from this zone right there. So anyways, that is hole number 4. Hole number 5, our par 5 here. Off the tee box, we're looking at another slight left to right tailwind, about 3.9 miles per hour. You are wanting to take your tee shot here, laying it anywhere in here, bouncing it right over this ridge and rolling it to this zone right here. Make sure not to use too much topspin or your ball will end up in the rough here, and you will have a very difficult time making the eagle on this hole. Definitely a hole that you do need to eagle. I would suggest maybe just a couple bars of topspin, 1 to 2 bars topspin, some right spin and right curl, because you do want to end up in that zone right there. Okay, somewhere in there where you can curl your shot around to the hole that way. If you do land short here, maybe in this zone right here, you do have a possibility going over the trees, bouncing to the green that way as well. All depends on your setup for your second shot. It's good to know the different shots and different angles just in case you do go short. You do know you have the opportunity to go over those trees. But if you do go far over this way, your hook shot around the trees is probably your best bet, in my opinion. So hole number 6, par 3. We're looking at about 2.6 miles per hour. And this hole right here, I have recorded a few new ways to play this hole. I have a recording from going from the right side here, and a recording going straight over the top of the trees, hitting about here with backspin. It rolls up and rolls back to the hole. This shot to the right hits, bounces, 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 and then rolls back to the hole. And that's how that works for that hole. You can always go to the left side as well. That's also a possibility, where you'll be laying it here, going up and then down with your driver. I think I used the quarterback to go straight, and I used the hammerhead to go right, so you could use the hammerhead, the Viper, or even the big dog on that right shot with the 2 bars of topspin, and that would work just fine. and make sure to keep checking my YouTube, because I will be uploading those videos soon for these last few holes, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and then an extra version of hole 6 will also be uploaded as well. So keep an eye out for those. And we're going to move on to hole number 7, another par 3. This one right here is the only hole where you're going to see a headwind. 2.6 headwind. Okay. I like to aim right there at the bottom of that middle part of that shadow area. I like to do 2 bars of left spin and 1 to 2 bars of top spin. I like my ball line to be going right about there, because I will add curl on the shot, which will make the ball land and do more of this number. The goal of this hole is to get your ball up in this zone right here, because then it has a direct shot to the hole. If you do miss and go here, you will still curl to the hole, but you may get close, but you really don't have a chance at that hole in one. And if you do too short, you do roll down in this area right here. Okay. Pretty much no matter how you play this hole, unless you go real short into the bunker or the rough up above, your ball is going to filter back to the hole. So keep that in mind. That might factor into how aggressively you want to play this hole and how confident you are at playing this hole. Moving on to hole number 8. This is a par 4. Off the tee box, we're looking at another left or right tailwind, 4.2. I have a video of playing this hole with the quarterback where I jump here and get onto the green. You do want to make sure when you are aiming this shot that you are taking into account this is a downhill shot. So you need to give yourself, I like to give myself at least 2 bars of buffer between the rough right here and where I'm aiming my shot, and then I factor in the wind as well. If you have you just don't want to go with that jump shot, you can do the bump shot right here with your extra mile. You may possibly need to add a better ball to make that shot, and if you find yourself in between clubs on this shot right here, you may need to downsize your ball's power to make that shot. So anyways, that is hole number 8. And we're moving right along to our last and final hole, hole number 9. Off the tee box, we're looking at a 2.7 miles an hour wind. It's pretty much a straight tailwind. That was with the quasar, and for some reason didn't move again. There we go. 2.7. And then from this spot right here, we're looking at another pretty much tailwind, and that was 4.5 for that shot right there. If you are going to take this shot from right here to this spot right here, if you do want to put a little tiny bit of right curl, you can do that, but not too much. It might depend on where you're at in this zone. If you're more over in this zone right here and making that shot, you might be able to have a little bit better of a chance. But make sure you don't do too much curl, because if you do hit these trees, your ball will land short and not get to the green. Okay? So make sure when you're lining up that second shot that you do not curl your ball into those trees, because those trees will play and they will knock your ball down. So that was a very quick version of the wind guide. Hopefully y'all can jot those winds down and use them to your advantage when playing this hole. I'd expect the pro version to be the winds to be a little bit stronger, but pretty much about the same direction. Hopefully I will get a video of that out later this evening, maybe tonight after I get home from my son's t-ball game. But I always do the rookie videos first, and those are my priority at this time. That may change as we advance and more people are seeking the pro guides and stuff like that. So anyways, hopefully y'all enjoyed that. Hit the thumbs up if you found it helpful, and leave a comment for me if you have some suggestions on how I can improve it. Always make sure to check out my walkthrough video for each hole, where I do talk more in depth about the different paths to the hole, balls you should be using, and different clubs you should be using on various shots. This video is more about the wind strength and the wind directions that you will face. and I do offer a few different tips as I find them necessary to help improve your game for the qualifying. So until next time, thank you all for joining me. This has been J Bone. Happy golfing and God bless.